Hi everyone, so today's look is a very fun sort of spring look. Neutrals are always really popular for spring and summer because they're really easy to put on so you can get where you need to be and go out and have fun during the warmer months of the year. So this is a fairly easy look to put together, and I've dramatized it a bit by adding sort of like a reverse smoky eye of green and yellow on the lower lash line, and then a really fun lip just to give it some oomph, boost, and interest. So I hope that you enjoy this tutorial, and I think a lot of people will get a lot of use out of this idea. And if you don't want the colored liner, if you want to change the colored liner, you want to change the lips, I've done a few looks that do involve a smoky eye, pop of color, and you know, a fun look. But it's been like over a year, and I think that this is sort of a quintessential look you want for spring. So why not? I hope you enjoy it, and thanks for watching. So to get started on the look, I've already taken Decay shadow insurance from the lid up to the brow bone, and now I'm going to be taking an Inglot color. We're going to start off with this one, and this one is $3.90. It's from the matte line, right there. So I'm going to be taking the Styling Tools, and this is the $7.85. We're going to start by placing this eyeshadow shade in the crease. This is a very soft dupe of MAC's Kid. I say that because it's got like a pinky, really soft brown undertone. So I'm just gonna place that to the socket. It's a very powdery, silky, soft eyeshadow. So it's just gonna blend in really nicely. It's an effortless color for your skin types, just a couple shades up from mine. I'm gonna be taking this Inglot eyeshadow right here. And this is the 467, this peachy color right here. So I'm going to be taking that on the same brush. And I'm going to blend that all over the highlight area and the eyelid as well. It's got just a little bit more glitter than the $3.90 matte. Now for the very arch of the brow bone, I'm going to be taking number 453, which is this white-ish color right here on that same Styling Tools brush. We're going to place this at the peak of the eyebrow. You could also fluff this onto the center of the lid and the inner tear duct. Using whatever white-ish color you want. This is the palette that has the mirror in it. And they don't sell this anymore. They sell this particular palette in just a long kind of slender thing that looks like this, and then there's a blush at one end. So if you're looking for that, Inglot's made a lot of changes in the last year or so based on what or what does not sell. So I'm just going to take that, and that can happen of course with when brands are converting to an international brand. I'm going to be taking the Styling Tools, I'm going to be taking the Styling Tools 781 crease brush, and I'm going to be taking the 363 matte from Inglot. Looks like this. And if you don't have all these Inglot eyeshadows, you could follow along with a neutral palette, basically. I have a tendency to grab for palettes more when I'm doing tutorials for you guys because I know that they're more affordable than individual eyeshadows, but when you buy Inglot individual eyeshadows, the price goes down as you buy more. I'm just going to be placing that in the outer corner and blending that out. And then of course with any smoky eye look, you'll want to blend back with colors. I try to show this as much as I can in tutorials without spending too much time in tutorials blending back, but I'm going to be taking the 390 again on that same Styling Tools brush I took in the beginning, which is the 785. I'm going to blend that through the crease right on top of 363, which is that darker matte brown, and this is going to blend it out so that we don't have a harsh crease. I'm going to be taking one of my favorite Inglot matte eyeshadow. This is not matte, sorry. 458 right here. The glitters that are actually in these Inglot shadows show up actually really beautifully without it being chunky, glittery, or creating what looks like a creasing or line or aging effect in the actual eye. I'm going to take the majority of the pigment and stroke it onto the upper lash line, which creates a really beautiful kind of cat eye effect. I'm going to take the remainder of the pigment, because we've already blended out the crease. I don't want the crease to be harsh, so I'm going to take whatever's left on the brush and put that in the crease so that we don't have to go back and reblend that. So we kind of have like a shadow liner on the upper lash line, which is going to soften any liquid liner or anything you want to stick on top. I'm going to be taking this black eyeshadow at the bottom. I had back to MAC my black Tide like months ago, and I needed something to replace it, and this is Inglot's number 65 AMC. So I'm going to be taking that color, and we're going to be placing it on the same crease brush, the 781, and we're just going to place this in the outer corner. So don't be afraid of the glitter overlay in these, because it really doesn't transfer to the skin like it does some brands that are geared towards tweens. I'm just going to blend that in the outer corner, creating like a very definite cat eye effect, and the remainder of the pigment is going to go in the crease. Now I'm going to be taking that same blender brush again, and once again this is the 785, and it is a little stained. Then I'm just going to use the whatever is left in the brush to sort of blend that out a little bit. Now I'm going to be taking an angled brush. Just take a cheapy angled brush, because these Inglot gel liners really stick inside the brushes bad. So you don't want to take something that's expensive or new or something that you really like. So I'm just going to take this, and we're just going to pop it on the angled brush. And I'm just going to start lining the upper lash line. And then if you have to sort of pull your lid taut, you could just do it with a very weak finger, very gently. And that should save you some Botox injections in the future. Just kidding. I'm just going to get that lined. And as you can see, it looks like I'm drawing it on, which is for me the most effective way to put on waterproof liners, as opposed to trying to draw them in like a swoop, like a glossy, wet, sleek gel liner. The one thing I do like about waterproof liners though is they do sort of prep your eyelashes to start going up a little bit. Now I always put a black eyeshadow over gel liner, specifically gel liner, and I placed that same black eyeshadow, 65 AMC. See, the glitter doesn't show up that bad. It's not really the same kind of glittery eyeshadow that you get in other brands, but I have an obvious shimmer on them. I'm going to be taking the Inglot 85, and this is a pretty green color. And I'm going to place this gel liner, even though they crack like this, it's just because they're really dry. Just keep them sealed very, very, very tight. This still works. And I'm going to take the Urban Decay 24/7 eye pencil, and this is in Baked. And I'm just going to dip into that, and I'm going to place this on the waterline, or that inner flap of skin right before you get to the lower lash line. If you take a gold pencil with a green gel liner, any green gel liner will do. You can even take the Physicians Formula green stack with a Milani Liquify pencil, whatever you want to do. It'll just give it like a little bit of an antique gold look. I'm going to take that same gold pencil and run it on the lower lash line, and then blend it out with my finger. Now I'm going to be taking a little bit of this, and this is Inglot's, what do I have it numbered upside down? Oh, 504. And I'm going to be taking this up on the Diamond Tool 716, which is a pencil brush. The previously used brush was a crease brush and it's a little thicker. So I'm going to take this slightly finer one and run it over the green on the outer portion. Or sorry, I'm not putting this on the waterline, I'm putting this on the lower lash line. You could still see that antique gold kind of coming up through in person. May not be resoluting on camera. I'm going to be taking 403, which is that gold color. It's just a very gold pearly color. It's kind of like MAC's Gold Lemon Pigment. And I'm going to put this in the inner tear duct, just around the outline, and then pull it in towards the green. And this just kind of adds a really fun touch to an otherwise very cool tone nude eye look. Now I'm going to take the Kiss lashes in number 3. We're going to apply these to the top lashes, which is why I didn't run Hourglass on the top. It would just be a waste of product. And now for face makeup, I've used up my Mary Kay ones, and I'm going with the Urban Decay Urban Defense Tinted Moisturizer. This has SPF 20, it's paraben free. This is in shade Halo. I've actually had quite a few backups of this for a while, and it's actually my correct skin tone right now. And I get my tinted moisturizers off Outlook, whatever you want to call it, which is why the bottle they don't have it anymore. They actually have the same exact formula, and it's always been the exact same price. It's just in a new package. Actually, the new package is better because you get a lot more product for your money. So if you can get these on discount though, they're like seriously $2 to $4 to $5 for a whole thing of a high-end tinted moisturizer. So this is a little bit heavy for a tinted moisturizer. It's like a sheer to somewhat buildable coverage. So if you're somebody who is used to tinted moisturizers that are very sheer, you won't like this. If you're somebody who wants to try a tinted moisturizer because you are a medium coverage person or even maybe a full coverage person, you might like this a lot. And I used to use this in my older videos, so I'm kind of going back to it. Taking one of my favorite peachy pink blushes from Urban Decay, I'm taking Score, and sometimes the powder version of this is available on Outlook as well. So I'm just going to be taking this. I don't think they have their powder ones anymore, to be honest with you. It's a little bit of a shame that they don't have the powder ones anymore, but these are pretty comedogenic and I could break out pretty easily. So these are pretty good. I like them. Just because you have oily skin or oily prone acne skin doesn't mean you can't use cream blushes. It just means that you can't use oil-based makeup. And I just set my face with the Pumpkin Poppy foundation in Cashew. And now I'm just filling in my lips, lining them with Urban Decay's lip liner in Paranoid. And this part's optional as everyone does not like bright lips, but I'm going to be taking Inglot's number 243, and I think bright lips are a really fun thing for spring because if you're not wearing a ton of colored makeup, or even if you are, a bright lip can really kind of brighten up your face. This is one of the first Inglot lipsticks I ever got. I love their lipsticks. This is a really fun color. I've emailed the company. They're cruelty-free and paraben-free, among other things. But this is a dupe of MAC's limited edition from Spring Color Forecast Rose Maiden, which I know was not the most coveted lipstick in that collection, but it was one of my personal coveted lipsticks from that collection. So that's that. I'm going to add Pumpkin Poppy's Moisturizing Lip Gloss in Miss Kitty. I actually did pay for Miss Kitty. And this is actually now renamed Snow White. I'll have a link for her art fire down below if you'd like to shop, and I use these a lot in tutorials because I actually think they're really great, and they're sheer enough that they go over lipsticks without changing the color too much, and they smell so addictive because they smell like real vanilla bean. Just gonna reline that. And that completes the look. So I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.